There's a certain magic to football. It's more than just a sport, it's a lifeline, a dream machine, a global language spoken through goals, chants, and shared passion. But lately, something has been deeply, tragically wrong. Because in the past year, Italian football hasn't just lost games, it's lost lives. 5 young players. 5 futures with limitless potential. Gone. Not due to injuries on the pitch. Not to illness. But in car accidents. Tragic, sudden, and utterly preventable. And now, once again, we find ourselves mourning, not celebrating, the lives of 2 more young men who wore the badge with pride, who had dreams bigger than themselves. On August 10, 2025, a day that should have been just another Sunday in the summer football calendar, the town of Maniago was shattered. 2 19-year-old footballers, Danilo and Fabio Rosa, both playing for ASD Calcio Maniago Vagent, were killed in a horrific crash inside the Bus del Colvira tunnel. Their teammate, Andrea Zoccoletto, was driving. She's now fighting for her life in the hospital. These names may not be known to millions. They weren't playing in Serie A. You won't find their faces on billboards. But make no mistake, they were stars in the making. Just like every player who laces up their boots in hopes of climbing the football ladder. For them, playing in Italy's 6th-tier Promozione League wasn't the end goal, it was the beginning. And now, that journey is over. Not because of a missed opportunity or a bad game. But because of a split-second crash, one that's eerily familiar. One that reminds us all, especially in football, that real life doesn't always wait until full time. This isn't just about 2 players. This is about a pattern. A chilling, heartbreaking pattern. Just weeks ago, we were mourning Premier League star Diogo Jota and his younger brother Andre, killed in a fiery crash in Spain. Now, Fabio and Danilo. Before them, others. And while the names and locations change, the theme remains the same, the dangerous intersection of youth, travel, and high-pressure careers. Football, at every level, demands travel. From match days to training camps, tournaments to trials, it's part of the job. But here's the question we need to ask: we doing enough to protect players off the pitch? Especially for players in lower-tier clubs, like ASD Calcio Maniago Vagent, the glamour and safety net of top-flight football simply doesn't exist. No private drivers. No team buses with safety protocols. Often, it's just a few teenagers piling into a small car, heading to practice like it's any other day. Until it's not. And so today, I'm not just here to report the news, I want to talk about it. Openly. Honestly. Because this can't just be another sad headline that we scroll past and forget. We need to ask, what are the clubs doing? What is the league doing? What can we do? From road safety education to travel regulations, from club-provided transport to better infrastructure for grassroots players, something has to change. Because these aren't isolated incidents. This is a crisis in slow motion. The streets of Maniago are quiet now, but the grief echoes across the entire football world. Flowers outside the training ground. Silence where there was once celebration. Teammates calling Danilo and Fabio brothers, because that's what football does, it makes family out of strangers. So before we dive into the details of what happened, and before we examine the growing concern around player safety off the pitch, I want you to ask yourself one thing. How many more young talents do we have to lose before football takes a hard look at itself? If you care about the future of the game, not just the players you see on TV, but the thousands of hopefuls training in the shadows, then stay with me. We're going to talk about the real issues. The uncomfortable truths. And maybe, just maybe, what we can all do to make sure football doesn't lose another rising star before their time. The date was Sunday, August 10, 2025. The place, a seemingly ordinary tunnel in Italy. But for 2 young men, it became the site of unimaginable tragedy. Danilo and Fabio Rosa, both just 19 years old, teammates at ASD Calcio Maniago Vagent, a team battling it out in Italy's 6th-tier Promozione League, lost their lives in a horrific tunnel crash. The details emerging are stark and brutal. The Renault Twingo they were traveling in, driven by their teammate Andrea Zoccoletto, reportedly veered into the opposite lane inside the Bus del Colvira tunnel. The impact was devastating, a head-on collision with a Volkswagen Tiguan. The force of the crash was so immense that part of the tunnel wall actually collapsed. Danilo and Fabio were tragically killed instantly. Their teammate, Andrea, was rushed to hospital in critical condition, and as of now, her condition remains a grave concern. Our thoughts are with her and her family during this incredibly difficult time. Now, for those of you who follow global football closely, this news might feel eerily familiar. Just weeks ago, we were grappling with the loss of Liverpool's dynamic forward, Diogo Jota, and his younger brother, Andre Silva. Their lives were tragically cut short when their Lamborghini suffered a tire blowout while traveling in Spain, sending the vehicle careening off the road and erupting in flames. It was a devastating blow, especially considering it came less than 2 weeks after Jota's wedding, a moment of joy that was so cruelly followed by unimaginable sorrow. These two incidents, though geographically separated, share a chilling and undeniable common thread: young, gifted athletes whose promising careers, and indeed their lives, were tragically ended not on the football pitch, doing what they loved, but on the road. It forces us to confront a harsh reality about the vulnerability of these young men and women who dedicate their lives to the sport we adore. The impact in Maniago has been immediate and profound. ASD Calcio Maniago Vagant, a small club with a big heart, released a deeply moving statement expressing their devastation. They spoke of being shocked and heartbroken by the loss of Danilo and Fabio, offering their unwavering support to the families and loved ones during this unimaginable time. As a mark of respect and to allow the community to grieve, the club has understandably suspended all sporting activities indefinitely. Training sessions, friendly matches, even their youth programs have been put on hold. Football, right now, feels secondary to the immense pain they are experiencing. The outpouring of grief in Maniago has been palpable. Local fans have been seen leaving heartfelt tributes, flowers, team scarves, outside the club's training ground, a silent testament to the impact these young men had on their community. Social media platforms have been flooded with tributes, cherished photos of Danilo and Fabio smiling after games, and deeply emotional messages from teammates who speak of them as brothers. It's a powerful reminder of the bonds forged within a team, the camaraderie that extends far beyond the final whistle. What's truly moving is that even rival clubs within the Promotion League have stepped up to show their solidarity. They've posted messages of condolence, expressing their shared grief, and are organizing moments of silence before their own matches as a mark of respect. In these moments of tragedy, the intense rivalries that define football seem to fade away, replaced by a powerful sense of unity and shared humanity. It's a poignant reminder that at its core, football is one big family, bound together by a shared love of the game. But these repeated tragedies are forcing us to confront some uncomfortable and deeply important questions. This isn't just a string of bad luck, it's a pattern that demands scrutiny. We need to talk openly and honestly about road safety, about the travel conditions faced by young athletes, particularly those in lower leagues where resources might be limited. There's an urgent need to explore and implement better preventative measures to safeguard these young talents. For Italian football, this feels like more than just a bad year, it feels like a profound wake-up call. This nation has given the world some of the most legendary figures in football history. But the heartbreaking reality is that they are losing too many promising young talents before they even get the chance to make their mark, to become the household names of tomorrow. And while we know that no set of safety measures can completely eliminate the risk of tragedy, the conversations have already begun about implementing stricter travel protocols for teams. Especially those in the lower tiers where financial constraints might lead to less safe transportation options. As fans, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the game, to see these athletes as almost superhuman, invincible on the pitch. But the truth, the stark and painful truth, is that off the pitch, they are just like us. They face the same everyday dangers, and when those dangers tragically claim their lives, the grief reverberates far beyond the stadium walls, touching families, friends, teammates, and entire communities. Now, I want to hear from you. This isn't just a news story to be passively consumed, it's a conversation we need to have. How should football clubs, particularly those with limited resources, better address the critical issue of player safety away from the field? Should there be stricter regulations regarding team travel? Should there be more investment in providing safer transportation options for young players? Or is this simply a tragic reality that we can never fully prevent, a risk that unfortunately comes with the territory? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We want to hear your ideas, your concerns, and your perspectives on this vital issue. This is Parakeet Media.